Cool.
So, Richard, would you like to start by saying your name and your role here as well, just for us?
My name is Richard Lace. I'm the project manager here at Preston FM, community radio project in Preston, which is run by Preston Community Arts.
Do you want to just give us a few sentences to sum up what the radio station is for and what it does to start with?
So basically we're a radio station, but none of our presenters or producers or journalists or technicians are paid employees. They're all volunteers from the local community, and anyone who wants to can walk through the door. 6 weeks later, they're on air presenting a radio programme. And in doing that, we're about skills, we're about inclusion, we're about community cohesion, and we're about giving people an opportunity to try something that they wouldn't get elsewhere.
And how are you linked in with Gateway?
So our relationship with Gateway has been a long and happy one since their formation, but most recently they've started to sponsor our breakfast show, which is called Chat City. And that's a really good link because the way that we work and the way that Gateway work, we're both about empowering communities and giving the opportunity to have their say and express themselves. So there's a really obvious link in in the way that we work and in our ethos and in our values, as well as them obviously providing us a little bit of cash, which helps the station flourish and helps us keep going with what we do.
And as well as giving you the cash, how else has it helped you to have them involved?
So obviously we work a lot with deprived communities in Preston. That's one of our target markets, and being able to use Gateway to leverage us into those communities, into their estates, has been really, really good, in that we go out and do outreach work in community centres in Gateway areas. We've been to their AGM, we've run workshops at their offices for young people, so all sorts of different ways that we can engage Gateway residents, and having the help of Gateway to publicise that and give us access to those communities is really, really valuable.
And have you had some Gateway residents presenting?
Absolutely, we've got quite a few on there. There's a couple going through the training at the moment, but there's more who've been with us for a number of years now. And that's part of what we are, is about putting people from all sorts of different backgrounds, all sorts of different geographical areas of the city together to get involved in the project. So that's really good.
Brilliant. Would you mind just saying a bit about residents presenting again, but just to have, we've got several Gateway residents who present or something like that at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant.
So we've got lots of Gateway residents who present here on Preston FM. We've also got some on our community reporters team who do news reports from the different neighbourhoods in the city. And like all of our volunteers, they're really enthusiastic and engaged with the project, and we couldn't operate without them.
And the Chat City breakfast show, what is the sort of main content of that in the mornings?
So what we try to do with Chat City, which is our breakfast show, is do something a bit different from the other stations in Preston. So it's interview-led. There are 2 big interviews each morning, and that could be anybody from a councillor or an MP down to Elsie down the road, who's lived in Avonham for 20 years and wants to tell us about how it's changed over time. So anyone and everyone, whatever they've got to talk about, it's an opportunity in that breakfast show for them to come on and maybe have a bit more time to talk about whatever's important to them than they would do on some other outlets.
And Gateway sponsors that?
And Gateway sponsors Chat City.
Fantastic. And have you had Gateway people in on that as well?
Yeah, so as well as the sponsorship, Gateway come in and every fortnight, and we have an interview with them. And sometimes it's with a resident, or sometimes it's with an officer who's working on a particular project for them, or like even their care and repair team and their contractors and the other people who work with Gateway come in as well. And I think it's a great way for them to get messages out to their residents, as well as tell the rest of the city what's going on at Gateway and how they're working to improve people's lives.
Brilliant.
Superb.
All right.
Have you checked sound? Do you want to do it?